Welcome, everyone. This is going to be in English. We'll be waiting a few more minutes until other people join us. You can, in the meantime, have a look in the website and perhaps enter the collection. It's panartgallery.com, and you can find the catalog in there and see all the works in the exhibition. So welcome, everyone. My name is Erez Bialer, and I curated this exhibition, and I own Homo Art Gallery, and we've gathered here today to talk a little bit with the artists in Daddy Issues exhibition that debuted on January 6th and will be presented in the Polyhouse Hotel in Tel Aviv on Chalat Binyamin number 1 until March 1st. So I have made a little presentation of the arts presented, and it's this is the poster. We will be talking a little bit. I'll be showing you the art. We'll be talking about daddy issues of all around, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a little bit of an insight about the artists and the story behind the works. So you can also go to our socials. It's Pan Gay Art. You do a little strudel. It's Pan Gay Art, and in Twitter and Facebook and everywhere. So we'll be beginning with Adrian's work. Adrian Frajowski. This is oil on canvas. It's actually ordered on according to the alphabet, and Adrian is first, and this is oil on canvas. Aviv Keller, also oil on canvas. There's another one. This piece is by Chen Tubi, who is an artist from Israel living in Berlin, and it's actually a fine art print mounted on Dibon, because the original is fairly small, and is in Berlin. So we decided to do a really fine print and put it on Dibon. This is Doram Salem's work. Mixed media collage. Eitan Kedmi, it's also a print. The original is sized, I think it's A4, so it's rather small. Yeah, so we printed it on canvas in the exhibition. This is Elad's work, also oil on canvas. It's huge. It's 120 centimeters over 120. We'll talk to Elad a little bit soon. Irit Rabinovic's work. I hope I got the year right. Irit will tell us a little bit about it soon. It's a very interesting piece. I'm actually very anxious to hear what she has to say. This is a Cuban artist from living in Berlin. He does paper cuttings, 3D paper art. Russian photographer Kate Zakharova. Michael Golian's work, whom I really like, and it's printed on aluminum. You can't really see it here, but the aluminum, when it's printed over it, it's like reflective, so better get on to the exhibition to see it. Naomi Shalev's work, a collage, paper collage. Mixed media, Roni Shukron, Nonchalant. He's a drag performer and a character and an makeup artist as well. And this is the first time that he creates in media, in visual media. Tomer Khalfon is a documentary photographer, and he documented here LGBT queer event in the Bible Belt in America, in Tennessee. And this is a diptych. They are presented together, the older and the younger. Yanai Glickman, he's also joining us today, and he'll be talking a little bit about his sculptures in plaster and mixed media. Very interesting and well made. Ori Paul Levy lives in Los Angeles and does these collages. When I asked him to do something for Daddy Issues, he produced this one, and I find it also very interesting. And last but not least, Zohar Kaniel. This picture made a lot of noise in 1999 when it was presented in a Biennale in Jerusalem, and they demanded it off the wall because there's two men here naked, and yeah, there was an injunction that was made by the court, and it was presented eventually. So that's the art, and thank you for joining us, everyone. And I'd like to start with Irit.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about Herzlina, okay? First of all, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background?
Okay. I'm 52, live in Ramat Gan, and I think my most important work and more known work is LGBT paintings, and they got the most publicity that they got. It was in the 2000, those years that the community in Israel started to take off, and this is unusual because my most well-known paintings are naive, and they are about women relationship. But this work is the first of a series of three. It's kind of portrait of me, actually. But I wanted to connect with Israel, with the collective, with the feeling that I felt that was not only me, but around me and in the country. It was in 2009.
Oh, it was 2009. So I made a mistake with
yes, this is the atmosphere was in my life, and also in the collective. I feel that there was a little bit of depression, and you can see that there is a Savoxat pills in the pocket of Herzl.
That's how do they call them?
Prozac.
Yeah, that's Prozac. That's
yes.
Yeah.
And there was kind of, there was, every couple of months there was a war, there was missiles. My mother was in Beersheba, and all the couple of months had missiles and above the house, and it looks like it's not going to end. Not that it's end now, but and also I felt that there is an injustice about that my friends that went to the army and they and sometimes die, and sometimes they are doctors and they help and they doing everything to make the good, that are gay. They don't have the possibility to do children in our country. Like, why not? And it's not. I didn't feel that it's right. Sometimes they give their life to this country, and because of the government is more religious, and it also it didn't look to me that it's going to change. So I didn't think that there is much hope in this time that I made this painting. So I thought how people can be. My whole work was with symbols, Israeli symbols, and Mediterranean symbols. So I said, okay, what is the symbol that other people can relate to this feeling? And I said, okay, Herzl is a very big symbol. So when I read about him, I understand that he didn't saw this country as it is today, and he felt that what I read is that it was more liberal than now.
Well, you know, he was in Switzerland, so you can see how it's very different from the Middle East we live in. Thank you. But what made you like do Herzl of all people? I mean, I know you did a series of 3, and so you did Herzl, and which other figures?
Yes, so Herzl is more I saw it as a Israeli hero, and you know, he predict the Jewish land, and it's a symbol. And the other 2 paintings are more heroes that you know, I paint Obama, that is a, you know, American symbol, and I made Superman, that is a collective universe symbol to save the world.
I see. So this is the only Zionist Israeli
yes, symbol.
I
yeah, but and I think that I wrote to you that somehow this painting was a little bit prophet painting, because it was very strange, but that the night that this painting was in an opening of Galleria Shorashim in Tel Aviv. There was an opening, and this painting was it was on the Zmana.
On the invite, yes, on the publications, yes.
Yes, it was represented the opening of this gay
the gay exhibition. Yeah,
yes.
Then it was sold to a collector, and now it's being offered for the first time since 2009 again on the market.
Yes. So in this night, we were celebrating, and when we were outside, everything was nice. They said, okay, it's the first time that the gay exhibition in the main gallery in Tel Aviv. It wasn't just usual. And a couple of hours afterwards, there was the Bar Noar terrorist attack.
Oh my God.
In this evening. So
in the same evening.
In the same evening, a couple of streets away.
Just to say to our listeners who don't know, the Bar Noar is in 2009 an armed gunman came into a gay youth group and started shooting. It was a mass shooting. Two people died. One of the students and one of the instructors, and it was a big mess, and he was never caught. So it's in the same night that happened. Wow, that's
in the same night. And
chilling.
so this painting not only was represented on the envelope, on the invitation, but also in the paper of Azman Avarod afterwards, and near the, you know, the Odaot Evel.
The obituaries.
Yes.
Yes.
So it was very, how do
So
I say?
next to the obituaries in the paper, you had this piece.
Yes.
Back then in 2009.
Yes.
That is chilling.
Yes, yes. It was very, all the time strange. So I was very surprised that it came back, and you sent me that is here and is alive, and you represent this again. You show it again.
So thank you so much for joining us and kind of like shedding a little bit of a light on that.
I'm sorry, it's a little bit hard, but this painting is in another area, and now it's better.
I like it. It has like it has depth in it. It tells a story, you know. Even if someone doesn't know the story of Herzl and the story behind this painting, it tells the whole painting by itself tells a story. So thank you so much for this, and I hope you stay with us to hear the other artists. And from Irit, we will go and speak to Elad. Elad, can you hear me?
Hi.
Unmute, Elad, yes.
Shalom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. A little bit nervous because of the English.
You'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, let's start by you telling me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you? What,
All right.
all that.
I'm Elad. I'm 20 years old from Jerusalem. I always was making art and stuff, always drawing and painting since a little age. And a lot of my work, I think that is connected to the LGBTQ community. And when I saw the Pan-Gay Gallery in Instagram, I contact Erez and sent him a bunch of my works, and that's how I got here.
Yes. So you sent a few works. This was amongst them, but when I asked you, when I told you about the theme of the exhibition, which is daddy issues, you sent this, which is a self-portrait. You want to elaborate a little bit why? How?
Yeah, so this is a self-portrait of course, myself. And my story was that my dad was passed away when I was 3 years old from איך אומרים מטווח?
From a gun, a shooting range. You say right? A shooting.
Gun accident.
From a gun accident in a shooting range.
Yeah, which is tragic, but so this eventually made me to grow up without a dad figure. And when I was in puberty, I saw myself reaching for a relationship, and I think that designed me, that basically changed my life and the way I was in that age when I made this painting.
I really like the technique that you used here with the light and like the the contour you did on the bottom, and you know, like everything here is very expressive and very realistic. So it's quite amazing to find art like this. So you told me also that you won a prize with was it with this one or no?
And no, actually, this is I represented my country in an international festival that happened in Japan for high school art students, and this I represented my country with not with this piece, with another piece, which was also a self-portrait, but it's not in. We can't show it.
And you
Yeah.
won.
What?
And you won.
Yeah. I want to fly there.
Yeah.
From all the other students in my country, which was nice. Yeah.
Very nice. Do you have any plans to go and I don't know, you are in the army now, but when you finish, what do you think? You want to go professional and go to school and do all that?
Yeah, I assigned to Bezalel.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'll write you a note if you need.
Thank you.
Excellent, excellent work. So thank you so much. And from Elad's brilliant work, we will move along to Michael. Hi, Michael. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, fantastic. Okay, so let's go to your piece in, yeah, I didn't have a picture of it, of the actual print. I'm sorry. So I put on the image.
The original one.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me a little bit? This is like this wasn't made specifically for the exhibition. This was made a few years ago, right?
Right. Exactly.
Can you tell me a little bit about this image?
Yes, it's like this image represents my family. I'm in a relationship with my husband like for 22 years, and we married for 9 years. So we just started this long way in our family to bring children, and it was really hard road. So I think that I drew it something about 3 years ago, and it starts when all people in Israel just get out to the streets to represent LGBT community and all the rights, equalities. So I decided that I have to make some change, and what the change can I make if I not drew something. So I decided to draw my family with my future daughter, I hope. And this what I made, and I actually made a lot of t-shirts to all my friends that joined this army that we was on the street on the Rabin Square, and represent our community. And today it's become much more easy, but still it's kind of problem in Israel to get family, especially to LGBT person. And it's still complicated. We start this journey much more bigger this year. So hopefully it's gonna be, and my family gonna be bigger. We will see.
So this actually started as an activist campaign, this
exactly
picture.
Yes, exactly this way.
There was a big demonstration in Israel, like over, I think it was like 100,000 people, right?
It was a lot. Yeah, it was like full Rabin Square was full of people, and yeah, it was really, really nice. And later, by this, about 1 year before, I have a very good friend of mine. She's my worker. I'm actually talking with you from my work, still working.
Oh, wow.
And my worker, she's also represent LGBT community. She's lesbian, and she asked if I can draw something like can represent her family. So I have another one with two women that hold a little boy and look like the same. And we we have another demonstration, and for the Pride, we wear like this T-shirt with this drawing. With my family with two boys, and she with two girls and one little boy.
That's amazing. So now I know you also have T-shirts I can put up in my site. That's a great idea.
We can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I would get a T-shirt like this. This is definitely a T-shirt material.
Okay, send me your size.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, this is a great piece because it really illustrates in a perfect way how I felt about like the theme of the exhibition, because I wanted to really surround all the things that this theme encompasses. You know, I wanted to have the gay parenthood, and I wanted to have the ageism and you know, age difference between partners, and everything that has to do with daddy issues, and of course the relationship with fathers as well. This really came right on because I was looking for things that are very gay but not cliche, you know. So I really like this. Thank you very much for this. And we will be passing on now to our next and final artist, I think, that is joining us today from the exhibition. Thank you, Michael. We'll go to Yanai. Yanai, can you hear us? Welcome, Yanai.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let me go to your piece.
And I live in Pardes Hana. I've been making artwork since the age of 10. I was going to a religious school at the age of 17. Then I joined a group of young artists to Germany.
When was that?
It was when it was in 1973. I graduated the Art Institute in 1990, my master's degree. And I would like to share with you that 40 years ago, my father asked me if I had any masculine desires. And I told him that my desires are only masculine. And he didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, yesterday I was thinking about what I would like to share with you, and I wrote a poem that I would like to read to you, if it's okay.
Yes, please.
I woke up, a moment of enlightenment. The boy stares out of the porch. The thunder of silence, a defining moment in life. From here, life began to take its course, alone. Deep in my essence, the safest place to express desire is art. No words about experience. I was in the depths of my soul. This is a poem I wrote yesterday, and I found a drawing that I drew on 2006 when my father died. So this poem describes in words the drawing that I made in 2006.
Yes.
Another thing I would like to share with you about father issues, daddy issues, that I had a lover for 11 years. He died in 2001. And I never thought about having my own children, but I talked to him many times about adopting children, that we will be able to give some good life to other children in orphanage or something. And he always delayed the, he always said maybe later. Unfortunately, he died at the age of 38, and I left with this idea till now.
Yeah.
My work, my sculpting, I make it on people with plaster on the model itself, and
So this was made on the person. You
on
put
the person. Yes, it's a one copy.
so it's not a mold.
It's not a mold. No.
I see. And you put it on the person. You make one copy, and then you use also it's plaster and paint, and I see glue and leaves and wood.
Yes, I like to use found objects. The wood I found, and there are many pieces that I find that are recycling elements. Here you can see the iron that holds the figure. This figure is made out of 3 people because no one had the patience to stay all the way. So I had 3 pieces, and I combined them to one movement.
How did you find this? Like, what inspired you to create this golden cage sculpture? This is very, very interesting because it's not something you see every day. Like, did you look for these metal hoops? Did you order them specifically, or did you just find them and say, "Oh, we're gonna do this"?
I found the metal. I kept them for years, and then I started a sculpture, and then I unite them. I combine them.
So
every sculpture is a process of years. When I see a person, you know, it's like walking in the street and feeling that one person is interesting. Is interesting to me among the crowd. Like there is type of energy. I don't know. It's unconscious. And then I find the story of the person, and the person dictates the movement and the outcoming sculpture.
So this was inspired by someone specific?
Yes.
And did you know right away you're going to do the whole hanging technique, or was it a process that just came in a certain time?
It was coming in time.
I see. I do really love this piece. It's very interesting. I'm sorry I don't have a better picture of it here because it's without the ropes. When you tie the ropes around, it looks absolutely amazing. So you're just gonna have to go and see in the exhibition itself until May. So is there anything else you'd like to add? I wanted to ask you a little bit about the earlier days, about being an artist here. I assume you were out of the closet. You said you lived with a partner for 11 years.
Yes.
So what was it like to create art here in that atmosphere, being out of the closet?
For me, it was a safe place, the art. Once I put my art in Haifa, and they took off the wall because it offended the Baha'is in Haifa. They had it was in the Congress Hall in Haifa, and they found it offending my artwork, and they took it off the wall during the exhibition.
The same that was happening now in Ramat Gan Museum just recently with the mayor, that he came and took off the wall some of the art, one of the art pieces, because it was offensive. What was in it? Why were they offended?
I put a couple hanging, and they asked me if these are two men, and I said yes. So
Definitely different times, but just recently, a few years ago, a police officer was called on an art gallery presenting two men kissing. So I can definitely see how that can happen here. But thank you for creating still this amazing, fantastic art.
I have also one piece that it's not here in the show, that I call it No Barrier, that I did for the separating wall between us and the Arabs. It also has, I exhibited it in a gallery in Tel Aviv. I think it was 5 years ago. And they asked me to cover the penis because it was offending them. The penis is going through the screen. So
Oh, yeah. Some people find penises offensive. I agree.
yes.
So my last question is, does your creative process include like planning ahead? I mean, do you sit down and design it first, or do you just go with the flow? And how do you begin to work? Like, what is your process?
My process is many times I wake up with a dream, or I wake up in the middle of the night and I have something in my head, and I go down to my studio. My studio is in the basement here, and I just start drawing.
You draw first.
I draw first, and then sometimes when I meet people, they inspire me. They inspire me by making the sculpture.
Well, thank you so much for elaborating about your process and about everything. I think that you are the last artist we have here today from the exhibition. I'm going to allow our guests now to ask questions. If there's any guests that want to ask any questions, one of the artists or me as a curator, just let me know. If there's no further questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
I want to ask Michael, what is the technique you used for the two daddies and daughter? Like it was using pen, pencil. How did you do this?
Here is my tool. Everything that I make it on iPad. So I just realized the first time that Apple released their first iPad Pro. It was something about 2018, I think. I just get the iPad Pro and I found some stylus from a different company, but the reason that it was I just could leave all the other stuff like pencils or oil brushes or all other stuff behind at home, and I can take it everywhere. So I'm mostly all of my drawing using digital media, so it's iPad with Procreate in Apple Pencil. This was like mix used. I used a regular pen and pen that represent kind of watercolor. So this was how it was made, actually.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else wants to ask any questions?
Yes,
Yes.
I didn't get to speak to you very much, so I would like to hear a couple of words about about you and art and the gallery, how you got to this gallery, and a couple of words about you.
So yeah, I haven't really introduced myself very well, I agree. I have been around art since I can remember myself. My mom draws, and she used to be a ballerina in the 70s, and so music and dance and art was always around me. I did my bachelor's degree in media management and specializing in digital advertising. And I went to work for the biggest brands doing social media, and then I hated them. And I retired from advertising. But before I did that, I was selling art and I was curating art here in Tel Aviv, trying to do art events with musicians back in 2006. That didn't work out very well. Yeah, it was a bad time to produce any events because of the terror attacks. It was pretty bad. But then I decided I wanted to stop doing advertising, and I was thinking, what do I really want to do? And I figured that selling art is probably my favorite thing to do, because I really like answering the needs of the clients, you know, design wise. And I really like coming up to the artists and telling them that I sold one of their pieces. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. I do like to appreciate aesthetics and talent and technique. I started managing an art gallery in Tel Aviv in 2018, and I did that until 2021. And then I said to myself, wait, there's so much fantastic gay art, and I don't see it getting any attention. On top of that, like when you go to the biggest museums in the world, or even here in Israel, you won't find the framing of gay art, of homosexual art. I mean, why does Da Vinci or I don't know, anyone else, Andy Warhol, you know, these are the biggest artists in the world that changed the art world forever. But they are not, it's not mentioned that they were gay mostly. And so I found a niche that is kind of tucked away, and I decided to change that. And I've collected around me friends mostly that produce really fine, amazing art, such as Michael's and other friends and that I've known from before. And I said, okay, let's hit the road. Let's do it. Let's start an exhibition of homosexual art. And here we are after 4 exhibitions that we've done together, and it just keeps growing because there's artists from all over the world, from England and from Germany. I'm about to do an exhibition in Berlin in the spring, and just in general, it's really exhilarating to find out people connect to this normalizing homosexuality and queerness through art is very, very important, because up until 20 years ago, we wouldn't see paintings like yours or art like Michael's with, you know, with 2 men holding a little girl with the pride flag. We wouldn't see that at all. This is absolutely brand new. And also transsexual Herzl, that's something you wouldn't see 20 years ago. So it moves me to find that that we're making a change, and reaching those little you know boys and girls that are, you know, trying to find normality, basically. So through that, we're definitely normalizing it. So.
And you know, I've been in the exhibition last Saturday with my boy. We are 2 moms and a boy, and he liked it very much. And it was not so there wasn't so much naked. And I looked before that it's for the child, but he liked it, and he was very proud. And
I really tried to keep in this specific exhibition, I really tried to keep it not naked. Just not that I have anything against it, but, you know, I've been running into such, I don't know how to say it, like, people are against it here. You know, we are still living in the Holy Land, so people are against it, and it's very difficult for them to open up for it. So in the last 2 exhibitions, people ask me, why do you have to have so much naked in your exhibitions?
Yes, it's still Shomrani, but conservative little bit.
Very conservative, yes.
Even in
They
Tel
wouldn't
Aviv.
say that in the Louvre. They would go there in the Metropolitan, in the MoMA, you know, they wouldn't say that. They would say that here in Israel.
Maybe because it's more, you know, a lot of children here, more family. So it's have to be adjusted a little bit for children also.
That's the thing that I think that you have, like, the reason we hear every day that there is sexual violence here is because kids are like, they don't talk to kids about these things.
Yeah.
And this is why they go a little bit crazy. And really, this country, I don't know if it's like this in other countries, but when you wake up every day to find sexual violence crimes, you know, that are happening here in really crazy rates. So you have to ask yourself, why all this suppression? What does it make? Where does it bring us? Yeah. So I'm happy to be making the change that I can.
So how it got to be in this hotel? What is the connection of you?
So I've known the hotel owners since 2011. I participated in the Gay Tel Aviv campaign, the first campaign that was government funded to bring gay tourists to Tel Aviv. So I was presenting it. I was on the billboards and everything. And that's where I met the hotel owners. They just had 1 hotel back then. Now they have over 60. Yeah, they are gay. They're a gay couple, and they started this company, the company that owns the hotels, and they just became a massive chain. But I've known them from before, and it only seemed natural to me to really address them, because first of all, they have a cutting edge design in their branches, in their collection, and they're gay, and they love art, and like it's right in the center. Their hotels are very urban. It's boutique urban hotels. It's in the center of town always. So it's really right spot on to what I'm looking for in a crowd. And you know, I have these groups of arts enthusiasts that come, you know, to hear a lecture about the exhibition every couple of weeks, and it's usually like these people from, you know, around Tel Aviv, from suburbia, that are coming to listen to see galleries and to listen about art and to feel the rhythm of the city, you know. So basically it's a very good collaboration, because I get them the crowd that books their hotel rooms, and they get me a great space. So it works very well together. Yeah, and how do you say mefargen? They were very
The English is also
yeah, you say compersion in English. Compersion is to love seeing someone else enjoying. So they were very
support. They were very supportive.
Yeah,
they are very supportive.
Exactly. Yeah, supportive. Yes, exactly. And so yeah, I hope to keep continuing doing this even in other places in the world as well. Who knows?
I want to thank you for putting such a nice exhibit. As a curator, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's very exciting to find new art that is, yeah, I love it. Yeah. So thank you all for participating in this gallery talk and for telling us about yourselves. If anyone has any final questions. No? Well, thank you so much. You take care of yourselves, and yeah, if you'd like to support, go to panartgallery.com and buy yourself a piece of art, or buy the catalog. And unless then, we'll see you in the next exhibition. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Erez. Toda, Erez.
תודה רבה.